This video was sponsored by OutBeachExpress.com. Outbeach Express Stock Media by Subscription is a new site that offers high-quality broadcast resolution stock media content. Their content includes stock footages up to 5K resolution, music, sound effects, images, and After Effects templates. Sign up today for a free account at OutBeachExpress.com and receive 19 free pre-selected stock media downloads. No credit cards, payments, or obligations required. Create your free account today.
Hello everyone and welcome to my After Effects tutorial. In this episode I want to show you guys how to create this killer motion graphics piece for ending your videos. So I've seen this being used in almost every commercial, that is for jeans or t-shirts or fabrics, and this works really nice with music videos, anything that is upbeat, energetic and stuff like that. So I wanted to do a tutorial on this because this is not that difficult to do, right? And anyone can do it. It looks nice and this is beginner friendly. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys learned something today, and with that being said, let's get started. So this can be done with just After Effects type, right? The type tool in After Effects. But if you have a logo, I will show you how to animate that and to basically create a very nice and a very simple clean motion graphics thing where a tagline comes in and your logo is still being on screen and everything is still readable. That's an important thing because I've seen this effect being used in the wrong way where people just do it, right? They don't think about if anything is readable or no, right? And I'm going to show you a way where you can make things a little bit more readable if your background footage is not very blending with the video, right? So again, just a quick breakdown. We have a video come in, right? And then we have a logo come in where it's a see-through logo and the video behind is still playing, so the music is still going on, the tagline comes in or someone says your tagline or something like that, and everything is still very energetic, right? Same thing here. Instead of the logo we have the text come in, right? The text changes and then just the logo, right? So very easy to do, and with that being said, let's get started. Now I'm going to leave a link to the in the description for you guys to download the footage that I'm using, so you guys can follow along if you want. I'm going to create a 720p comp. I'm going to call this main. You can go for full HD or 4K if you have that kind of footage. I have a full HD footage, but I want to keep the tutorial easy on my computer, right, so that everything is working smoothly. So I'm going to create a 720p, but you can go for full HD. So call this main, 6 seconds long, click OK. That is superb. I'm gonna go to my done folder and I'm gonna take this video file. I'm gonna place it right here. Now actually in just for the tutorial's case, awesome people, if I show it to you, you can see that here is a very oddly named comp which you do not want to do, and in that there is a lot of video editing done just for the tutorial to look good, right? The preview to look good. In actuality, if you are working on a project, this part is actually taken care of by Adobe Premiere Pro, right? So you make sure that if you are working on something that's a little difficult to edit and you have to combine a lot of clips, do not do it in After Effects like I have. Okay, this was just on the go project. For your client work or for your demo reel work, you want to see to it that you're doing, you know, good quality stuff. So do not do this, go for Premiere Pro. Okay, now once edit is done over there, you can send it to After Effects, whether you render a QuickTime animation or you just straight send things to After Effects via the dynamic link, whatever works in your case, but you want to do it like that. Okay, so I have my tutorial, I have my video here, and what you can do is again, this is just a tutorial guys, so I'm gonna keep things very simple. So I'm going to scale this down, and just to see what part I like for example, I don't want this graphic in the start, so I'm going to move it to the right like so. So this part looks good, right? And then this is really nice, superb. Wow. I'm going to select this video, I'm going to pre-comp this, and I'm going to call this video, right? Move all attributes, awesome. I'm going to remove this audio mark right here, and next, awesome people, I'm going to bring my logo file into my main composition. I'm just going to close these two. Now as you can see, my logo is very big and I need to animate this, right? So instead of doing everything in one comp, what I would say is delete your logo file from here and create a new composition in which we will animate the logos. Now you want to make sure that that logo animation composition, the one we are creating right now, and the one we have, the main output composition, they both are of the same resolution, right? This is basically to avoid any mishap in the comp sizes. So I'm going to call this logo animation, and I'm going to keep this 720p too. So if your video output is full HD, you go for full HD. If it's 4K, go for 4K. For me it's 720, I'm going to go for 720. I'm gonna take my logo, I'm gonna drag and drop it right here. I'm gonna squish it down like this, right? Like 22.5, right? This looks nice. And I'm gonna animate this. I'm gonna actually, instead of squishing down the size, let's make this a 3D layer, right? We'll move to 1 second mark, right? And then we will hit the P key for position, start this animation, move back in time, and then we'll use the Z depth for animating it. So we'll do it like this. Now, one thing that a lot of people may not know is that if you're trying to create this effect, and if you want this, oops, I have to open that again. And if you want this effect right here, where there's a video and then the logo comes in so very nicely, right, so smoothly, without any jerks, you have to see to it that your first frame is being covered entirely by the logo. Okay, if you have it like this, where the logo is half on the screen and half screen is empty, right, half screen is empty, then it's not going to work. It's going to give you a very bad effect, and it's basically not going to work, right? And we'll see how to tackle this in just a moment. So if I was to animate this right now, this is looking good. We'll squish it down like this, right? We'll push it a bit in the Z depth. And again, we are having this problem. So before dealing with this, let me ease out the animation. Press the F9 key, select the keyframes, do the F9, and then we'll push it out like this. So if I play this, superb. This looks good, right? Now, awesome people, we just have that one problem to tackle, and the solution that I was able to come up with is a little bit odd, but I promise you that it works. You basically go to the first frame, right? You start coming down, and you go to about I would say third or fourth frame, right? And you create a keyframe right there. Okay. Now, how do you create a keyframe? You go to this diamond icon, click on it, and boom, there is your keyframe. Superb. Now, awesome people, we go to the first keyframe, and then we are gonna push it to the right or up and down, or anyway where it is covering the full screen. So as you can see right now, the full screen is green, and that is because my logo is green. Now if I play this, we're gonna get the, this effect, right? And this is exactly what we are looking for. All right. If it's giving you a little bit of trouble, what I would say is don't go for the fourth frame. Delete this, and you can press Ctrl Z a couple of times, because you want to start where you just had two keyframes and your first keyframe was at the original position, right, where it was only covering half screen. Now instead of going for the fourth frame, I'm going to go for the third frame, create my keyframe there, and then I'm going to push it to the right. Right, for me it is right, for you guys it can be left, up and down. Basically you just want to get it done, right? Now if we play it, superb. Now that joke is no more there. Next, awesome people, enable the motion blur. See it with the motion blurs, everything is working on now. And as you can see, yep, everything definitely is working. Now for some reason, if you guys are having this problem, you can, if you're having some motion blur problems, right click on the composition settings. Oh, sorry. Right click in the timeline, go to the composition settings, and then go to advanced, and then there's going to be motion blur settings right here. For some odd reason, sometimes for me the samples are set to 2, for God knows why, right? Like, who would want 2 samples? So just increase it to 25 or 20 or something like that, something that a machine can handle. Or you can work with 2, and at the end you can increase it to 25 or 30, and then click OK, right? And then you will see that you're getting a much better motion blur, right, with all these nice blurs. Superb. Our logo animation is pretty much done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my text tool. I'm going to basically do a little bit more animation with the logo. 2 seconds. Now this depends completely on you, whether you just want a still logo or you want the logo to animate a little bit more. But if you wanted to animate a little bit more, here's a tip. If I was to do any animation right now, we are creating a very big problem which is going to haunt us for the rest of our lives. So what we are not going to do that. We're going to go to the 3 keyframes that we have created, select all of them, and press Ctrl Alt K, and I'm going to change this from spatial interpolation to linear. When I do that, right, now awesome people, if I go here, if I create my keyframe, we basically want the logo to move to the left and the tagline to be revealed, right? Nothing is going to happen, right? Superb. You can check the graph of these 2 keyframes in the graph editor, and superb. This definitely works for me, right? Yeah, awesome. Next, I'm gonna take my type tool. I'm gonna go to the type, and typing something, I'm gonna say keep moving, man. I'm gonna change its color so it's readable to us. The color, in my opinion, I'm not exactly sure about this, but it shouldn't really matter, right? But if it gets in the way, we're gonna fix it, no worries. But select this font, or select the type and change it to Lobster. I'm using this free font Lobster. It's not that appreciated in the graphics design community, but it's a good font, good free font to create some nice, graphics. I'm gonna adjust its cornering very quickly, right? Something like that. And then you can pre-compose this if you would like, but this is not a template. This is just a client work, right? So I'm not gonna do anything like that. I'm gonna take my mask tool, create a mask on it, like so. I've done plenty tutorials on this technique, this masking technique, so I'm just gonna rush through it. But basically, you want to create a mask. You want to see to it that the mask is not moving and the position of the layer is moving. So I'm gonna position a ruler here for the mask, hit the P key on the keyboard for animation, start the animation position, go to the first second mark. I'm gonna push it like this, right? And again, you don't want the mask to move. So right now the mask moved, right? The mask was here. We don't want the mask to move. So what we'll do is we'll start the animation for mask, right? Move back in time, and as you can see where it's moving, we'll select the full mask by double clicking on it, and we'll push it right there, correct? Or we'll push it to the point where it's not being revealed, like that. Now it's awesome, right? We'll select both the keyframes, hit the F9 key for easy ease, go to the graph editor, select this, and then we'll just push it out like this. So let's preview this. Superb, this works. So the logo animation is done. Now of course, for you, if you guys are working with a high-end designer and you're just the editor, this part should be taken care by the motion designer, the logo animation part. But if you're doing everything, a simple design like this should work, right? Now we'll bring this logo animation to our main composition, and since they both are of the same size, we'll get this nice proper fit. Alright, I'm gonna create this. I'm gonna create a solid by pressing Ctrl Y. I'm gonna call this BG. Click OK. I'm gonna put this below the logo animation, right? And then I'm gonna click on toggle switches and modes if you don't see it, but I basically want to go for track matte options. I'm going to change it to alpha inverted. So right now, and what I'll do is I'll select both of these and I'll move it a little bit in time. So we're basically getting 2 seconds of video, right? And then we have a nice logo animation, correct? That looks awesome. So that is how simple it is, right? And now the one problem is that on this frame it looks superb. We can read everything, but as the video moves forward, it gets difficult for us to read this. Like for example, I'm having a difficult time when everything is moving in motion to read keep moving and the logo very properly. For a few frames I can see it, but other than this is not very practical. So what I'll do is I'll create a duplicate for logo animation, right? I'll put on its eyeball, the duplicates, okay? And I'll do an opacity animation right here. So sorry, not that. Right there, I think when the animation of our logo is done, then you basically want to start the animation for opacity, change it to 0, and I'll move ahead in time to about 4 or 5 seconds, something like that. And I'll basically now you can see, awesome people, if I was to increase the opacity for logo animation, the text in here is white, right? Yeah, I knew it was gonna come to haunt us sometime, but okay, so you basically want to change the color of the text to a part where it's readable. Change it to black like this. So even though it's not readable here, you can switch on the alpha grid to work with everything, or you can change the color in the composition settings. I'm gonna change it to this color, right? So everything is readable for us, and here, right, everything is readable too. Now you don't want to change the opacity all the way to 100, because if you are doing this, then what's the difference, right? We're just making everything very readable, right? We want to add a little bit more dynamic motion design to it. So I'm going to change this to say 75, right? So it's still readable, though it's still readable, and the video is in that see-through state. And I'm going to change the blend mode of this logo animation to overlay, right? So it adds a little bit more intensity to it. You can change it to soft light. You can basically experiment with this. I'm going to use a shift minus key to basically go through the full thing. You can use a shift minus or plus key to cycle through the different blend modes, and select whichever you like. To be honest, there is no technical requirement here that you have to do this. See, at the end the thing has to be readable. If it's readable, it's superb. You can change it to 100% if you like. At the end, the logo has to be readable, the tagline should be readable, and the video should be see-through. So that's all the effect asks for, and I don't think it's that difficult to do. Correct? Superb. So we can see everything, and you can even see the video being played over here. So that looks really nice. Now what if you want to do with the preview 01, right, where all the texts are being used and the logo plays a very small role, right? I actually just added the logo just for the heck of it, but say you just want to work with text, right? What do you do then? Well, it's very easy. You go into the logo animation folder, and you basically disable these two guys, and you just add text animation. So I'm gonna first remove this ruler that we have. I'm gonna type something, say keep changing, right? Something like that. I'm gonna use a line tool to keep it in the center. I'm using a free script called move anchor point to basically move the anchor point to the center, like so. And now I'm just gonna animate this. I'm gonna go to the first second, hit the P key for position, make it into a 3D layer if you like. Position, move it to the first frame, and now you can do this in any other way you want. But again, now as you just saw, if I was to push it into the Z space, right, what would happen is it's gonna go away. And if it's okay, if I forget about it, if I hit the F9 and say if I add ease to it, and just think that everything is okay, right? The keep is animating it quite nicely. If I move here, you'll see we're gonna get this problem where the video is playing, and then suddenly there's this white color, right, out of the blue, and then this comes in. So it's not gonna look very nice, right? It has that one frame jerk to it. So in order to fix this, again, same principle, awesome people. You want to see to it that on the first frame, the full screen is being covered by only text. Okay, so wait a sec. Move ahead, like so. Go to the third frame, create a keyframe. You can go to the third frame, fourth frame, second frame. Just experiment, what works best for your project. Then go to the first frame, and now, awesome people, we'll see to it that the full thing is being covered up by text. Now, see, when you're working with text, things are a little bit different. Okay, like you can bring it here, and then you can use a scale animation. So we'll do just that. We'll hit the S key. We'll when it's at 100%, we'll start the animation. We'll move back in time, and then we'll scale it up, and we'll just position it to the place where everything is being covered by our text, like this, right? So if I move ahead in time, there is our text, right? You just want to see to it that on the first frame, everything is text. Second frame, everything should be text, but if it's not, then it's okay. You can move it around if you like, something like this. Third frame, fourth frame, and then it keeps going, right? Now if we add ease to it, see to it that the ease is perfect. Alright, this is fine. This kind of curve is a little messy, but it's okay. Add motion blur to this, and let's see how things look. Right? Superb. And again, if you're having that this problem, right, and you want better blur, go to the composition settings, go to advanced, and change the samples per frame to 50. But keep in mind, this is gonna cause you to get a little bit more render time. And now if we play this, you'll see it animates in smoothly, right? So we are no longer getting that white frame jerk, right? And now it's just a matter of what you want to say. So we'll move to 5 frames so the text holds. take the text tool one more time and type something else. So keep changing. Alright, something like this. Move it in the center. Adjust its cornering if you like. Place it in the center like so. Now if you play this, keep comes in. Oh, sorry guys, I had to cut the layer here. So now if you play it, keep comes in, keep changing, right? And then you can just keep on typing, cut the layer, keep on typing, and so on. So this was my tutorial on how to do something, how to create a very nice video finisher in Adobe After Effects. My name is TjStyle. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something today, and that's all, right? If you guys, and yeah, before ending the video, I would like to show you guys one more thing. Say if you want to add a little bit more color into the full thing, say this black color is not very nice, right? Say if you were to play this right now, you can see this. You basically want to add a little bit more color in the text. It's actually very easy to do. Just go here and give color to the text. For example, if I make this blue, right, make this guy pink or something, or purplish, right? You'll see that the text layer now has a nice this purplish sort of thing, and this is being done because the logo animation on top is giving the opacity back to the layers, right? And that's why keep is not getting any colors, because the opacity starts from here. So if we move this right there, right, keep has its blue color now, and then changing has its purple. So that is how you do it, awesome people. My name is TjStyle. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I hope you guys understood something. I hope you guys learned something today, and if you did, then please like this video on YouTube, share it with your friends, and leave a nice comment. It'll show me that you appreciated the content. So thank you once again, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.